So, welcome everybody back to the Empowerment Series. I have a wonderful guest and a friend of mine, Atif Saeed, who actually is the CEO of the Philadelphia International Airport. Um, Atif, I'm going to talk about you the way I know you, but he's got a big resume going back to he had leadership roles at the Minneapolis airport, at the Atlanta airport. Correct me if any of this is wrong, but he actually owned his own transportation company. And what I love is he, at one point very early on, actually drove a taxi. Is that right?
That's
Um,
correct.
and so now he's leading an airport that, I don't know, what is it? Again, correct me, but what is it? Well, it is a huge economic engine for Philadelphia and the region. Thank you for everything you do. I hope you know how much we all appreciate you and everything you've done to build and grow the airport. So I've definitely wanted to say that. I know you as in more in your leadership role of um, how you're a leader here in the region and also how you work with your colleagues and lead the airport. And just as this wonderful mentor and boss who actually really cares about people. I don't say that about everybody, but you walk the walk. So I had to get that out there because I do believe that about you. But, really, I think what we all want to hear is, when was that time when you took that bet on yourself? And tell us about that.
That's great. First of all, thank you. Thanks for the conversation. I really appreciate it. You've been a tremendous influence on me since I've been here and a great partner. And love being in Philadelphia and everything that is going on here. Very excited about all of that and for today's conversation. When it comes to betting on myself, let me preface it. I'll use an exact example to answer your question in just a minute. But as I reflect on it, I came to America as a young 17, 18-year-old, not yet 18-year-old, to go to college. Didn't know anybody here. That's kind of betting on yourself.
Hmm.
When I started my first business without having any major business experience, and subsequently, even after failures, when I would do the second or third business, anybody that was either an investor or a business partner, or even somebody who gave me the first piece of business, was betting back on me at the same time as I was betting on myself. And even as I sit here today, folks bet on me to be able to come from the Twin Cities here and take on a big job, and trusted me. And quite frankly, as we sit here today, a tremendous boss in Mayor Parker and her senior leadership team that supports me every single day, being able to do what I do. I bet on myself by taking a leap and traveling across the country, but at the same time, people have taken a bet on me at the same time. So to me, when I reflect on this, quite frankly, we all take bets on ourselves, and I will use an example here and share with you, but we don't do it by ourselves. There's always somebody else that is standing by us, one form or the other, to make that bet complete, for lack of a better term. We wouldn't be
I
able
love
to,
that.
you know.
Love it.
So one example, Sue, that once I reflected on it, but is unique about my career is that I had dropped out of college and done a bunch of odd things, including running my own business. And after September 11th, I tried to rebuild my transportation company. There were three partners. We were not able to bring it back to a level where it could support three individuals. So two of us took an exit from the business. And I went back to school. And I did not complete my undergraduate degree until I was 37. And my graduate degree, I got my MBA when I was 40. And when I was making those decisions, a lot of people did not think that was the wisest thing to do. The money that was involved and the time and where I was within my career, perhaps there would have been better investments with that money, especially as a business person.
Hmm.
But I really truly believe that I needed to get back to school and retool and start the next chapter, even though in that moment it feels like it's too late in the game. When you're approaching 40, you think the best years are behind you, but they're not. You can redefine your life at any given time. And going back to school at that time is really where I got exposed to this wonderful world where government runs self-sustaining enterprises that are not dependent on taxes. I was working at Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport while taking my MBA classes in the evening, working for a third party contractor in the parking world, and got exposed to this world. And as I graduated, and my classmates who were much younger than me at the time were looking at your classic careers in investment banking and consulting and so on, I was looking for a governmental agency where I could go and turn a business around if they had a business that was being run. And that ended up happening at City of Minneapolis Public Works Department under the parking program. But that is one pronounced time in my life where I pivoted from everything that I had built to make a decision that seemed incredibly unconventional and took a leap and moved forward in a direction that has worked out really well and, quite frankly, very satisfying, because I was able to find this intersection of commerce and public service, which are both passions of mine. And to date, that's what gets me up out of bed every morning to do the good work that we do every single day.
I love that. I love also your, you were very focused on giving back and like, you could just hear it in your response about how you're talking about, other people bet on me, is what you said. It wasn't, yes, you bet on yourself, but there were people there who you have not forgotten who bet on you. And my sense is, my belief is you do the same thing for others. You definitely pay it forward as far as betting on them. So I love that.
I appreciate that. Yeah, no, we've got a great team here, and we've built both experience that we know for a fact has delivered in the past, and the potential. And it has to be a combination of both to be able to build up an organization, and we've been very successful in that regard. And quite frankly, I get a lot of joy out of being involved in work that gives back to humanity, and like we all do that in one form or the other. But to do it in a way that requires collaboration, ecosystem, a community to do that is really where the real joy is for me. And I couldn't be more blessed to be doing what I'm doing it in the community where I'm doing it, with broader partners within the community like yourselves and many other, and working with the people that I work with every single day.
Yeah, no, I love that it sounds like one of your key values is giving back. And that's it, all of that makes you, I think, a really special leader because it's not all about you. It's really about, okay, how do you promote yourself to give back, is what I'm at least hearing you say.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Those are kind words. One of my favorite sayings kind of put this thing in perspective, and I use that around when I'm trying to get people to be focused on a purpose that we're all there for. And I don't know who said this, so I can't attribute this particular saying to anybody specific, but somewhere along the line, I learned and kind of been following it. It says that if you take a drop of water from the ocean and ask it, "What are you?" It never says, "I'm a drop of water." It says, "I'm the ocean." We all want to belong to something bigger. There's something special about being part of a winning team over being an individual, right? And I think once you get that, you realize that it's not about you as much as it is about whatever subgroup that your subset of individuals. Could be a team that you're part of. It could be a church or a temple or a place of worship that you belong to as a community. It could be a city. It could be a sporting team of some kind. It can be anything. But we get more joy out of or more fulfillment is probably the better way to say it, out of what we do when we do it as a broader team rather than an individual. And to me, that really helps me keep things in perspective, and perhaps resonates with you when I speak about community and working and making sure we're all moving in one direction together.
And being part of an ocean. I love that.
Yes, that's right. That's
So,
right.
well, thank you. Thank you so much for sharing your philosophy and how you lead and everything you do for all of us. We really, truly appreciate you.
Thank you, Sue, and thank you for your partnership and for this opportunity to be able to have this conversation. I appreciate it.